Hey guys, it's Clinton Jeff from UnleashThePhones.com, and here's a quick look at the HTC Sensation XE. I don't have a SIM card in here, so I'm just going to let you guys know in advance that it's going to show you a couple network errors there, but don't freak out. Okay, so moving on, the Sensation XE is basically another Sensation variant released by HTC. It's quite huge. I'm just going to show you what it looks like compared to the Motorola Razr right there. Quite big. It's a 4.7-inch screen right there. Quite thick compared to the Motorola Razr too, but not too bad. It has HTC Sense UI 3.5 on it, which looks pretty okay. I've personally never been a fan of HTC Sense UI, but I know a lot of people love it. But let me just talk about the design first. Alright, HTC is pretty well known for their huge phones, and this is just another one of them. There's a usual slab design, and the back right there is an anodized aluminum back, so it doesn't get scratched. What this does mean though is that it is very slippery, so you might end up dropping it once in a while. I haven't dropped it so far, but I'm just saying you might want to be a little bit careful. So it's not the grippiest phone, that's one thing that's worth noting. The 4.7-inch screen is quite hard to get it on. You can't actually reach all corners of it, so you might have to, angle it around with your fingers, which can get a little bit frustrating, I know, but that's a large screen for you. There's no dedicated camera key. There are volume keys right there though, which help you increase and decrease the volume. Yeah. There's a micro USB charging port right there, nothing at the bottom, and a power screen lock key at the front, and a 3.5mm jack right there. There's this little, you might notice this little hatch over here to open up things, but that's basically just to remove the it's gonna be a little bit hard, but that's basically just to remove the whole phone right there. It slides in to the back, as you can see. It's a very interesting design, but things should snap back into place just fine. There you go. And yeah, that's basically about it for the design. It's a typical Android phone control layout with the 4 touch sensitive keys at the bottom right there. So nothing really inspiring or different compared to most of the phones out there. But on the inside, now you would see a phone this huge today and think it has a dual-core processor, but you'd be wrong, because it only has a single-core 1.5 GHz processor, which compared to most of the phones out there that run Android is not really as future-proof as it could be, especially considering the very high price tag that the HTC Sensation XL is selling for, at least here in India. There's no micro SD card slot either, which is another problem, because well, the main reason a lot of my friends buy an Android phone is so that they can get around all the restrictions of having an iPhone or even a Windows phone. The lack of a micro SD card slot does mean you're limited to just a 16 GB of onboard memory, out of which I think you get about 14 GB or 12 GB. 12 GB, yeah, 12.64 GB available to use. So that is an issue in my opinion. Basically the HTC Sensation XE is inspired by the HTC Titan, so I have a feeling that has a lot to do with the lack of a micro SD card slot over here. I would assume HTC had the same component assembly process for both the Sensation XL and the Titan, and maybe that's why they want to keep costs low and not change anything. But yeah. Now, coming to the big, huge display, you're stuck at a resolution of 800 by 480 pixels with a pixel density of 198 ppi, which is quite low compared to most of the Android phones out there. Things still look sharp though. I can try and show you gallery just to show you what's in there. Things look pretty good. It's not too bad, but you notice, for example, like this is a problem. You could easily fit another row, another column of icons in there, but you're stuck with just this much, which is a little bit annoying because it's just basically stretched out to fit your home screen. Alright, so apart from the resolution, the screen is an SLCD, a Super LCD screen, which means that it looks pretty good, not as good as a Super AMOLED screen, but there are limited viewing angles, which is a bit of a problem compared to some of the rival phones out there. The colors are still nice and vibrant though, as you can see from the screen right now. And powering this entire package is the single core 1.5 GHz Qualcomm MSM 8255 single core processor with 768 MB of RAM. Things are quite fast, so you don't actually have to worry about things slowing down. All the day-to-day activities is just, it's quite fast. You don't really experience much slowdown at all. Everything is fast, even the camera app. It loads really fast. So I didn't actually think that was a major problem, but some people might. So that's worth noting. And the other limitation in terms of specs is that you cannot record in full high definition at 1080p. You are limited to just the 720p resolution, which might be a little bit annoying for some folks out there, but not too bad. Moving on, you have Android 2.3.5 with HTC Sense UI 3.5 on top. Everything's basically the same, but there are some changes here and there. You get HTC's widgets, which are very, very popular. Oops, let me try. Yeah. So yeah, it's nothing really changed there. There are just slight tweaks to the HTC Sense UI which help you do basically everything. There is very deep integration with Twitter and Facebook, for example, and there is Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich coming soon as well. Coming to music on the HTC Sensation XL, the music experience is pretty good. The UI is the same. I can't actually show you music because YouTube keeps on pulling my videos for including music album arts or cover audio, so I can't show you that, but you have access to all kinds of categories, and you can also play local or streaming music. And at the back you have the little HTC Beats Audio logo and a pair of Beats headphones that also comes with the package. Unfortunately, our package didn't have the Beats Audio headphones, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of it, but anyway, so I can't show you that. And it's also worth noting that the Beats Audio software enhancements on the phone are only available in the stock music player and the stock video player. Coming to video, you are limited to just MPEG videos. There is no DivX or XVID support, and you can only play videos that are less than 720p HD in terms of resolution, which is a little bit limiting, but not too bad. But yeah, the Beats Audio is only for the stock music player and the stock video player. HTC has said that they will be opening up the API for Beats Audio to developers eventually, but until then you're basically stuck with using those two. Again, I don't think the Beats Audio has anything more than a brand point of value compared to other sound enhancements like Dolby Mobile or SRS that you get on the Samsung Galaxy S2, for example. So yeah, that's something that's worth noting. Apart from all that, the browser is pretty okay. I don't have Wi-Fi, so I can't show you, but it's quite nice to read things. Of course, you will have to do a little bit of zooming in because of the resolution. Moving on, the camera is pretty okay. I already showed you most of it, but that's the UI in case you're wondering. I've never been a really big fan of HTC's cameras, and the camera here isn't that great either. There's touch to focus, where you can just touch to focus, and basically everything's really fast, and there's a nice little effects tab right there, and you can quickly get to the gallery right from there. The camera is pretty okay. It's nothing too great or too bad, and video you're limited to just 720p, like I said before. You don't get that many details in, but it's okay. It's not the best, it's not the worst camera that we've used. So yeah, you won't be taking a lot of images with this because it's quite a task to hold it, and there's no dedicated camera key, so you have to use the on-screen shutter button. But yeah, pretty okay camera. Lastly, the battery life is pretty okay from an Android perspective, that is. You will still have to come back home and recharge it every night. There's a 1600 mAh battery on the Sensation XL, which is strange because the Sensation XE has a 1730 mAh battery, which is unexplainable considering they're both the same size battery physically. So yeah, you will definitely have to charge it on moderate to heavy usage. It will only last maybe half a day or more, which is definitely something to note. If you have a screen this large, you would assume HTC would have put a better battery in it, but hey, you're stuck with this. So yeah, moving on to conclude with everything, there's a lot that I like about the HTC Sensation XL. I'm a big fan of really good audio, so I really like listening to music on this. It was a pleasure to watch videos too because the screen is really big, and even browsing the internet or even playing Angry Birds was quite fun. But as much as I wanted to like the HTC Sensation XL, you can't, because in terms of specs it's already outdated, which is something that is a huge factor in the Android world, because if you're going to pay that much for this phone, you want to know that this will keep you happy for a couple months. And I felt like if I bought the Sensation XL, I would look at another phone another month, which is not something that's good in the Android world. So as much as I wanted to like it, I couldn't. It's a okay phone if you are not a fan of super hardware intensive mobile games maybe, and you just like large screens and want something that you can browse the internet or listen to music on in good quality. But basically, if you buy another Android phone and get another pair of good earphones, you get the same experience as the one you get here. So yeah, that's my conclusion then. The Sensation XE, okay phone, not the best. I don't know if it's worth paying that high price tag for it. So yeah, I guess that's about it. That's the HTC Sensation XL. There are a lot of different Sensation versions, so I might have mixed that up a couple times in this review. I do apologize if I have. But check out the detailed review on unleashthephones.com for a better idea. And if you have any questions, do let us know in the comment section below.